Yep, looks like they are off. Concert started. There's VenezPrince going. Oh, they gotta sync up. Right away in the intro stage, there's tons of mashing. You want to hold right for the majority of this stage as kind of just mash through these blue guys. Get rid of some of those flying enemies with the... well, and then there's going to be 2 mini bosses, which can give us a variety of patterns. It's always nice to see machine gun. First one for Khanster is going to be passive, both passive on both sides. Looks like Venez tried to go for a 1 bonk, but still got hit twice. So hopefully he's not going to get another passive. Yep, he gets a missile, so that's good. Same for Venez, he got a nice machine gun there. If they're both passive, the amount of bonks that you take, if you take 4 body bonks from the 2B mini bosses, that is death. I want to avoid that. It's good that they got a machine gun and a missile on that second B. So they're both right at the amount of health that they want. Looks like, oh, Venez got some health, so he's gonna... the task cards here, yeah, okay. Interesting. Oh, there, yep. On the front of the car, takes some damage because we have a supposed to lose fight here at the end of the intro stage with Vile. .204 grab for Khanster, 206 for Venez, so they're pretty evenly matched here coming out of the intro. Alright, and the first stage we're going into, looks like Khanster, a little bit of hesitation picking Penguin. That was interesting. But now they're pretty much, like they're getting synced up here. Go-to is Penguin. Pretty much always going to want to go to Penguin first in any category because we're going to get the dash boots. And then it is, they say, after we get the dash boots. All of this stuff in the pre-boot section is slopes here, because the slopes give us a bit of extra speed, and then when we jump out of them, we can get a little bit of extra height as well. You see Venez did a tiny little turnaround there that can save a few frames. The speed and the height from the slopes are there. Start, I see. Oh wait, I don't know. Anyway. Now we got the dash boots. Things start to speed up here for sure. Pretty much the only time we're gonna use the mech there to and jump right up to the top route here. Yeah, and these snowballers can be kind of a tricky little thing to maneuver. Ideally, you want to try to not stop as you're going through it, but with just having the buster to get through those enemies like that. And the Penguin fight. Uh-oh. Looks like Khanster's got room for any more bonks. Same with Venez. So these full charge shots do 3 damage. The first level charge does 2. Dash lemons do 2. 1. So there's a variety of things you can do here. Oh, and Khanster takes an unfortunate death right before. Looks like he only had 1 more charge shot to give on Penguin. True though. But yeah, there's a variety of things you can do on this fight. It's really RNG based as well because Penguin has of attacks. And then trying to get a few CFO strats on him as well can definitely speed things up. One more hit for Khanster. There we go. So Venence making his way through Kwanger. Technically challenging levels in the run. A lot of climbing. In here with the turtles, which can be kind of tricky to get the skip in there. It's like Venence was just a little late. That second ladder to have the chance for the turtle skip there. Khanster also making his way through here. See, you got that little damage boost there from the laser to get into that floor section there. And he's gonna get through the turtles just fine. Venence making his way up the final tower here. It can be definitely something pretty difficult to optimize. It's the first instance where we're really going to be using the it's ricochets you can put inside enemies to get all of the damage from the ricochet inside. Venence was trying to do that a little bit. Those turrets, but again, like I said, it's a pretty hard little section to optimize. But ice definitely helps out in that way. Didn't get the dance for Venence, but it looks like he's got things under control here. See, once it's teleport stage, you can kind of just stand in the center, you know, turn left or right depending on where Kwanger's going to teleport and get the shots off. Do what Khanster does here. The dance. Oh no. That was interesting. I'm not sure what happened there. Decided he didn't want to dance anymore. Alright, so Venence is going to take the first safety here, which is the armor. I believe it's half damage. I don't actually remember. But it definitely helps a lot, especially in the final fight, where the lightning from Final Sigma can do a lot of damage. I think it's 12, I'm pretty sure. I'm wondering if Khanster's also going to take this safety, or if he's just going to go with some hearts. Looks like he's just going to go straight through the cave. So we're going to see two different things here. Because Khanster isn't fighting that mini-boss to get the armor, there's these rocks falling down. RNG part of this level. It can be kind of frustrating when they just like fall straight on your head. But now since Venence has killed that mini-boss, there actually won't be any rocks falling in the cave. Which is, you know, typically what you'd see in the 100% run. And then this swamp section here, just a tad bit differently. So you just want to keep dashing and then get the enemies out of your way. Evidence getting through there just fine. Khanster on the chameleon fight. Not much to really say on the chameleon fight. It's just a back and forth. Chameleon, the casual strat that I'm pretty sure everybody did as a kid fighting this boss with the boomerang, is essentially the speed strat as well. Where you just go back and forth, let Chameleon jump up and throw another boomerang. And since Venez used his boomerangs on the mini-boss, he does the 100% strat there, where he just barely has enough boomerangs, and then on the final hit you can do a dash shot. Let's see, Khanster was on the edge there. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to go for the Eagle Heart or what there, but he's just going to keep moving forward. But he is going to get the sub-tank. Sub-tank can be super helpful as well. Probably also go for it. Looks like Khanster got that extra life too. Nice. That a lot of runners go for, but it's kind of a unique little boomerang grab for that. All right, and on to the eagle fight. Thankfully, we have C-Sing, Eagle's weakness, and in this speed run for wasting a lot of time with his dive attack. Looks like Khanster only gets one dive though. That is pretty good luck. But like I was saying, yeah, so with the weakness, his chance of doing a ton of dives isn't quite as much as it would be if we didn't have C-Sing at this point. And Eagle goes straight up for Venez. 3 dives. 4 dives. Classic Eagle. Now, you'll notice Khanster went to Mammoth at this point. To where you place Mammoth in the run. I know a lot of runners like to do it at the end. Yep, so we're going to see a little bit of route divergence because Venez is going to opt to do Mammoth a little bit later in the run. So on to Mandrill, which can also be a pretty technically challenging level. A lot of weapon swaps. See Venez doing the where as the enemy appears on screen, as you shoot the ice into him, all of the ricochet gets inside, doing all that damage, so when you come up for the second ice shot, it just like that. On to Thunder Slimer. Looks like he's gonna do some, since Thunder Slimer came to the ground. And not a bad pattern, yeah. That's a pretty quick Thunder Slimer. And going for the left wall. Get up over around those little sections. And he's gonna go for a heart safety here. I imagine Venez will probably also go for the armadillo heart. Parts that take the least time to grab, so if you're going for safety, definitely Armadillo and Mandrill Heart are the ones you'd want to go for. Oh, just a little bit late on that shot there. You notice that you can actually get a second hit on Mandrill as he's coming out of the ice. It speeds up the fight a lot, but it also gives him a chance to do something as he's coming out of the ice as well. So we tend to kind of shoot a shot to the wall and have the ricochets hit him. Pretty simple fight with his weakness. Looks like Khanster also going for that heart. So since Khanster didn't get the armor, I believe he's going to be going for the 2 heart safety route, whereas Venez is going for the 2 heart, 1 sub, and also the armor. So on the Armadillo stage here. Doing some kart riding, high octane stage with some high octane music. All right, I'm hoping Khanster can pull through here. Yep, see, it looks like he's going for more of the casual strat there. So anytime he breaks out of the ice, all you have to do is just kind of wait there a second, and then you can refreeze him. Gets rid of that uncertainty about whether or not he's going to get another attack in if you're shooting him right after the ice. So also it might seem like Venez is on a pretty big lead here, but do remember that Khanster has already finished Mammoth stage. Where they are in terms of who's ahead, because Khanster also had the death, it's a penguin, and Venez got the armor. So those might have evened out a little bit, and Venez also hasn't done Mammoth yet, so I'm not really sure. We'll just have to wait until they line up. Yep, so and then Venez is going to go to Octo, so it doesn't look like they're going to line up until the very end here when they start the Sigma stages. But Khanster got a pretty good pattern there. Just getting 1 roll as part of the fight is always a good thing to see. And Venez taking out the 2 mini boss subs. Mini boss subs. Without much of a problem there. I saw Venez go over to the left there a little bit. That's just to eliminate a bit of lag as the about to come out of the ground. And that's Octo stage. The Octo fight, on the other hand, can be kind of tricky. since rolling shield is his weakness, and rolling shield's kind of a difficult weapon to use optimally. And Octo does a lot of crazy attacks, jumps around, shoots out little fish missiles and whatnot. Hits in as quick as possible. It can be kind of tricky. Looks like Venez had a pretty quick fight and no swirlies, so that's always good to see. Khanster's a little bit low on health. I'm not. And he waited for the sub to see if he was gonna drop any health for him. See how Khanster does here. I'm sure he can pull it through. Octo does quite a bit of contact damage. That's the only reason I mentioned that. And then each one of those missiles does 2 sometimes. So. Yep, and then he waited for that mini boss too, because he drops a bunch of health, so now he's looking good for the fight. So Khanster on his last Maverick fight, and Venez approaching Mammoth. So I believe Khanster does have the lead here. I'm not sure how significant it is, but... Ooh, some swirlies for Khanster. Just like Eagle dives, he just... Sure. Can be kind of frustrating. Khanster opting out to try and get the hug from Octo and then mash out. And he gets through the fight. Nice. That's a 22-20. 20 head spark for Khanster coming out of the 8 Mavs. Looks like it's gonna be a 22-35. So very, very close still. It's just preference doing. You can kind of place them any point in the run that you would like after Eagle. It's just whenever you want to do it. Oh, Khanster, it looked like he wanted to get some dashes off of those little green platforms. It's weird because there's like a certain position on those green platforms where your dash input can get eaten. Super dangerous because right below you obviously is a pit. Which can be kind of frustrating. Looks like Khanster getting the skip, easy peasy, switching over to rolling shield to do the second part. So there's like a cutscene that happens at the top of that ladder with Vile but since the trigger for that cutscene is you being on the floor, you can ladder gap out of that to the left wall like Venez is doing and then jump over the door and skip the cutscene completely. And then it kind of like mashes the 2 cutscenes together as you actually go into it's supposed to lose Vile fight. I'm So Vile also does a ton of contact damage out of this. He does enough to where 2 body hits is death, which can be pretty scary. And since rolling shield is his weakness, he can also be kind of a tricky fight to optimize as well. On shooting his sparks and other things. We got our little bounce house section. And then this climb up to Kawanger just use Charge Ceasing. Get the invincibility power, and it streamlines this little section nicely. And now, since we have the weakness for Quanger, we're going to be using the missiles. Whereas before, we get in the route, and we had to use Buster. Right. Khanster coming into the bow spider fight with full HP. Venence also pretty close to full HP. I'm not sure. Yep, he gets one little drop too. Takes 2 big hits right off the bat. Yeah, some missed dash inputs. It's pretty frustrating. Oh no, Khanster. Looks like Venence is having a not too bad fight here. He's got, like, I think, what is that, 2 hits left? Spider can be pretty hard to read. As you can tell, he speeds up a lot. You get about a sliver of time to look at what the pattern is on the little green lines to see where he's going to land. But once he starts speeding up like that, it can be kind of tricky. Oh boy. And, yep, he's going to go for the sub. Ew, that's kind of a bad pattern. Just one more. Nice. So we definitely have a lead change here. Venence on the Penguin refight. So we also have Penguin's weakness now, which is the... and pretty straightforward fight. Obviously the only thing we don't want to see is Penguin slides, since he's invulnerable during that. And any percent is like the big luck level. Penguin with his slides, and then right after that we have Eagle, who can do some dives, and then the boss of the stage, Rang Bangda patterns. Looks like Eagle gave Venence some dives earlier in the run. It looks like he's doing the same again. Dang, Eagle. Not being too friendly to Venence today. Eagle, and then a hover down at the end. Yep. And right off the bat, a green eye. That's the one you don't want to see. Greens are bad. Blue and red can be good, though. Wow, and another green. See, I'm not sure how many slides Venence got, but this is definitely, like, on this stage, which what I was just saying earlier can be kind of the issue about this stage. Just so many luck-based things all packed into one. All right, Khanster pretty much right behind him though, coming into the ring to fight. Let's see if he can get a better pattern here. Oh, another green eye right off the bat. 2 green eyes. Bangda not playing nice today. Venez's going for the skip here. Doing the guaranteed skip. So this skip basically to not fight Armadillo, because the camera doesn't scroll up if you force yourself into the door with the ice sled, and Armadillo's spawn trigger is having that camera scrolled up. And doing it the safe way like that, you just kind of have the turret take a little shot at your toe, and it knocks you back to be right in the perfect position to let the sled go. And you see Khanster doing it. Oh no! Khanster going for the not safe way of doing it. Which I commend him for, but he missed it. Gotta fight Armadillo now. Yeah, it looks like far left. It looked like it was good to me, but I guess I just wasn't looking close enough. Venez onto the Octo refight. Taking some hits. Looks like he'll be fine though. He's got Octo just about dead, which is always a good thing to see. Venez's gonna go up for the safety health. Especially when you take that much damage from Octo, that's always a good thing to do, because even though Mammoth is a pretty straightforward fight, the boss of this stage, D-Rex, can get quite a punch. Pretty good pattern so far. Yep, getting 2 of those energy balls. Going down for a chomp. He's got 2 hits left to get him. Easy peasy. Alright, so Venez is on to the final fight. Use his sub tank. Not sure if it's full. It probably is. So he's looking pretty good for this sub tank. So all he needs to do is just pull through here. Alright, and Khanster coming in with full health to the D-Rex fight. Dogfight, ice is his weakness, and since we can't shoot 2 ice out at the same time, and we can't shoot another ice until all the ricochets are off screen, I think that fight can also be kind of tricky. But as long as you don't get hit too much, you have enough safety room for the final fight. That's a good thing to go for. Jedi Sigma fight, it's pretty straightforward. Arc hits on him as he goes up and down, scaling the wall back and forth here. Like Venez's missing a few shots here and there, but for the most part, Khanster coming up to the dogfight as well. Oh man, the left claw coming down like that. And it looks like the right claw was about to try and squeeze him in there, while the left claw was doing a lightning. That's kind of a tricky pattern to react to. Looking pretty good though for the sub. Couple more hits, and that is GG to Venez. Takes round 1. But I also noticed his splits are red, so I don't think his time is updated on the leaderboard. It's not a 42 or a 43, whatever it is that I saw earlier. I was about to say, I was like, man, he's about to PB by like 5 minutes. Khanster getting the same pattern, basically. Left claw coming straight down. Oh boy. And it's empty. That's, oh no. Get another shot though. Claw coming down. Oh. My god. Oh, dang. That lightning spark that came down, I thought he was done for it. Then he dodged it, but then there. He's gonna farm up a little bit though. Give it a second try. Alright, he's going in. I'm not sure if he had quite enough spark. I don't think, as long as he doesn't miss any shots, I think he has enough. It was hard to tell. He's definitely got enough ice though. Dog is just going back and forth there for a while, just running. Oh yeah, he's got plenty of spark. Well, missed a couple shots though. Might have to go for a couple buster strats here. Ooh. Real hard hit from Jedi there. Oh, Khanster, no. That pattern is... Jedi was coming up pretty high. Thought he could squeeze through, but wasn't quite enough room. So he's gonna have to stock up on a bit more spark here. Yep, he's full. He's good to go. I guess something interesting too about the Jedi fight. Spark is his weakness, but I think every charge level of the Buster does 1 damage, and I can't remember if all the other weapons also just do 1 damage, or if some of them aren't effective. Taking a couple of hits from the dogfight, but that shouldn't be too bad as long as he's got that sub-tank. 12 health, so 1 lightning could do it. So he might want to play it safe with the sub. I'm not sure if he's going to do that right away. It starts off with a rolling shield. I was going to test out what I was thinking about, what if the other things did 1 damage as well. I'm pretty sure it's all the other weapons do 1 damage. Right, 1 more spark. 2 more sparks, sorry. Alright, Khanster, let's see it. Uh-oh. Yep. Getting on the edge of the platform there. That's a decent strat here, because as long as you're right on the edge of it with your toe, out by the lightning. And another death, Khanster. No. He's gonna keep trucking though. He's determined. All right, takes out the dog. All right, and done with Jedi. Now, again, I think he's at 12 hit points, so he's got to be careful of that. Going for the right side. The elusive right side strats sometimes happen. Getting some good hits in. Uh-oh. Oh, Khanster, no. The left claw decided to stall there for a second as he jumps right into the bottom of it. All right, looks like he's good to go up for another try here. I believe in you, Khanster. Ooh, taking a lot of hits from the dog here. But he pulls through there. So he might start the final fight right off with the sub-tank. At this point is gonna kill him. But Jedi fight's pretty straightforward, so I don't think he's gonna top off quite yet. All right, left claw comes down right away. Just barely sneaks into that left wall there. Lightning almost had him trapped. A lot of good hits in. Right, let's go, Khanster. He's got it. Nice. GG, Khanster. Very impressed with the determination. Get that fight through. So all right, that's one win for Venez. This is best 2 out of 3, so we have another race coming up here. Looks like Venez had already reset. Not sure if Khanster wants to take just a tiny little break here before the next race, or if they're just going to get started right away, but it should be pretty soon here. All right, he says 2-minute break. I'm going to grab a little bit of water, but I'll be right back in just a couple seconds here. All right, and I'm back. So with Venez taking those safety strats, that definitely helps a lot, as you can tell. I forget what his fight looked like, but having the armor is definitely a good thing for that fight. See if Khanster might go for the armor this time, or if he feels comfortable with the final fight and he's just going to try and go for it. Yeah. Nice fast to emote. Yeah, I mean, 50 is not a 50 minutes isn't a pretty time, but there's definitely something to be said for being able to still pull it through up on that. All right, and they're doing the menu dance, and off they go. The intro. Holding right, mashing through the blue guys. That's pretty much the name of the game here. And then trying to get the right amount of damage from these two mini bosses for the sequence at the end of the stage. Let's see what kind of patterns they get this time. I believe they both got passive from the start, and this time they both get machine guns. So regardless if the next B is passive, they don't really have to worry about taking too many bonks from the Bs. And gets double machine gun. Very interesting. So they both have plenty of health. I think VenezPrince went for task cars last time, so he might do that again. I'm not sure on Khanster's side if he's going to go for task cars or just try to take a few more hits. And they both getting pretty high on health there. Yep, Khanster going for task cars. I didn't really explain it last time, but the idea behind task cars is really just to get enough hits on the two cars to where you only have one more lemon. And as they both follow you, you kind of get inside the first one as you take the first bonk, and then jump out of it. And since you can walk on the car as it's going left, or not going left, as it's going right, gain a little bit of extra distance. I believe it saves about like a second and a half. Extra speed walking right there. Looks like VenezPrince had a pretty good grab. I didn't see what the time was. I think it was like a 2:01. Anyway, sorry if that task car's explanation wasn't very good. I've never tried to explain that before. Anyway. Alright, and they're both going into Penguin. Alright, I had to get the cat out of the room. But yep. Just pre-boot section is all about these slopes here. Getting a bit of extra speed and height before we get the dash boots. Alright, VenezPrince first to hit the capsule. Khanster right behind him. You know what? I just noticed I'm pronouncing it like VenezPrince and not Venez. I'm not sure why I'm doing that. Anyway, it's Venez, right? So, VenezPrince. But it was like an SC sound on the Z. I'm not really sure. So it looks like VenezPrince going through the snowball section, taking a couple bonks there. I had mentioned on the first race, this little section can be kind of tricky to get through. And with the Penguin fight, I'm not sure. I don't think VenezPrince can take a body bonk from... Isn't that big of an issue. Really, we just want to We don't really want to see any slides. Slides, Khanster as well. And Venez takes him out nicely. One more shot. All right. So it looks like Khanster closed the gap just a little bit on that fight. It's what is this? 521. Head spark. 26 for Khanster. So pretty small gap there. Alright, and now they're both coming into the Kwanger stage, which can be pretty technical. A lot of climbing as we get up this first section with the ladders. You see Venez do the little damage boost with the laser. Khanster about to do it as well. This saves us from having to do another wall kick to get up onto that. And then into the only auto-scroller of the game. The elevator here. Thankfully it's super short though. High-octane action of Mega Man X isn't interrupted that much, thankfully, with just this tiny little elevator section. Both making pretty good work of the outside tower. Right, on the Kwanger fight. Venez goes in for the dance, but Kwanger has other plans. Starts doing some teleports. Getting Kwanger back into the dance can be kind of a tricky thing, so you'll notice Venez here is kind of just improvising a little bit, which isn't really that much of a problem. Kwanger can be pretty easy to manage around, and using his boomerangs can be a little tricky to deal with. And then he's onto the teleport phase, so he can kind of just stand there in the middle, take shots on Kwanger. Looks like Khanster saved even more time on that stage. They are just about even here. 13, 15. So, onto the chameleon stage. Venez opting out of the armor this time. Yeah, I think he knows that Khanster's not going to go for the armor, so I think this time pretty comfortable with the final Sigma fight that last round, so he's going to try and just go for it here. Yeah, they are just about dead even here. And there's really not going to be any lead change coming into this boss because there is no luck involved. Much to say really about chameleon fight. Just back and forth boomerang hits. And he goes down without So let's see what kill times we get here, how close they are. So yeah, just 2 seconds apart. So the Eagle, but then after that, depending on what luck they get from Eagle, there might be a lead change, and then they're going to diverge routes. It was Khanster that did Mammoth early, but then after that happens, we're not really going to be sure who's in the lead until they line back up in the Sigma stages. A little bit of sync here, thanks to Khanster's pause. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, why he paused there. Maybe he just wanted the sync. Oh no, Khanster! Oh no. Did that flamethrower to be on the platform. Oh, that's unfortunate. So now that he has the sub-tank, I'm not sure if he's going to go up top again. Yeah, he is. Top here is, as soon as you come out, the platform should always be on the same pattern. I don't think I wasn't paying attention to the Khanster screen to see what went wrong there. But yeah, there's the pretty typical pattern you usually get from the platforms as you come out of there. It's like Eagle being a little bit more friendly to Venez this time. Always a good thing to see. Alright, let's see how Eagle goes for Khanster. Immediately up to the dives. You get one, but then a hover back down. That's good. Up. Throwing a couple baby birds. Alright, just one dive. That's not bad. Go on to Mammoth, another pretty technically challenging level in this game. And he's going to be using the tornado through this hallway here to get rid of these enemies in his path as he comes into the Thunder Slimer fight. Pretty luck-based, this Thunder Slimer fight, depending whether or not he likes to stay up there on the ceiling or if he wants to come down, maybe do a little bit of bounces. There's really no luck involved since we have the Buster upgrade, but here we're kind of hoping he comes down. At times he doesn't, kind of like for Venez there. Frustrating. Again, going for those left side wall kicks. Big fan. Big fan. Nez going for the Mammoth Heart. Trying to boomerang it, but a little bit impatient with the boomerangs. Like, alright, I'm just gonna go grab it. Oh, it was an RNG manip, that's what it was. Nice. Right. So Venez on the Mandrill fight and Khanster on the Mammoth fight. So for Venez, you can tell as he comes out of the ice, he shoots another ice shot, which gives more iframes, but you get that extra hit in. It's important not to shoot too early as to not do a hit while Mandrill's still on iframes. A little bit tricky, but it's pretty easy. Just because the ice is a really nice weakness. Makes Mandrill a pretty manageable fight. Monster side, Mammoth is also pretty straightforward. Just getting those double hits with the tornado. It's Khanster in the Mandrill stage. See how Thunder Slimer goes for him. Meanwhile, Venez in Armadillo stage. Everybody's favorite kart riding sections. Comes down for Khanster. Dang. Also, you notice Venez doing some jumps here on the cart. That's because these birds have spawn triggers that occur when you're standing on the cart, and if you're jumping while those spawn triggers are coming by, you can have those birds not spawn, and the birds cause a ton of lag. Armadillo coming on the first roll. Armadillo can do a ton of rolls right at the start of the fight and waste a bunch of time. Usually, you don't think about it quite as much in terms of the luck-based. Like usually, you're looking at Eagle or Penguin or Octo, but Armadillo can ruin your day too every once in a while. Thankfully, didn't do it there. Good fight from Khanster. As he goes into Armadillo, and Venez is making his way to the first sub mini-boss here. One of his weaknesses is the rolling shield there, but the main weakness for these subs is Chameleon Sting. So you see he goes back a bit left to shoot the first rolling shield in, and then switches straight to C Sting there. Now, I think I saw somebody in the chat say that Khanster was doing some skater tricks on the carts, but I wasn't side there, so I'm excited to see these. Big fan of that strat, too. And Venez coming into the Octo fight. The Octo is being pretty friendly to Venez on the last race, so let's see what happens here. Oh yeah, there we go. It might look like that's just for swag, but it is a pretty practical strat. Think about the birds despawning. Jumping up and down on the cart is a good way to do it, but also if you do those jumps forward off of the cart, no idea you're skipping those spawn triggers. Doing it that way as well. Right, Venez coming out of Octo. Oh, So that means Venez just has Flame Mammoth left and Khanster onto Octopus for his final Maverick. Let's see here. This is the shorter stage and definitely the easier fight. So we might see Venez coming out on the lead here. Venez making his way through the stage nicely. Khanster onto the second sub. It's there, but gets a couple big health drops there. So he's looking good for the Octo fight, and also might be looking good on the sub tank as well. Alright, so I'm going to try and keep a mental note of what Venez's spark is here. It's going to be a 30. So he definitely has a pretty strong lead here as Khanster comes into the Octo fight. Swirly right away. Another swirly. One. Yeah, threes is pretty bad. Dang it, Octo. Said in the first race, you can jump into him to get the hug and then kind of mash out of it, which is a quicker way of stopping that. The only risk involved potential, well, not a soft lock potential because you're gonna die, but a guaranteed death where Octo can kind of just hug you indefinitely. Alright, Venez doing the cutscene skip. Shoots out the... so he can hold start here, get the text scrolling. Kind of mashes those two cutscenes together. 0 outside of the boss door. And then as you skip it, coming into this, to this part of the cutscene with 0 inside of the capsule. Alright. Taking one body bonk from Vile. And Vile can be a pretty dangerous fight as well. With low percent, no heart grabs or anything, is death. So, and he also jumps around a lot, does some dashes, shoots some like floor mine type things. So yeah, he can be pretty dangerous. To the rescue, getting rid of Vile's mech suit. The X is so low on health, but miraculously he gets full health. Power of friendship. He knows 0 sacrificed everything for him. One body bonk, but it's a quick fight on Khanster's side. Yeah, Venez he's got pretty high health there, but it looks like he wanted to get just a bit more. Because Spider also does quite a lot of damage on body contact. And since he doesn't have the armor this time, especially tricky. Oh, it looks like he misread that one a little bit. Went straight to the right, and that's where that's where Spider was going. Oh no. Yep, and then when he drops the babies, it can be kind of hard to do where Spider's about to go. And dodging the spiders as well. But that was like right at the start of the fight, so that death really wasn't quite as costly. It's definitely an issue if you die towards the end of the fight. A bunch of your ice up already, so it'll slow it down in that way as well. Like Khanster also hoping for some health. Doesn't really get it, but he's just gonna regardless. Like Venez just opting to kill the babies as they come to the ground, so he doesn't have to deal with them and the spider coming down all at once. And he gets through it. Nice fight. Khanster gonna opt to use his sub tank here, as he's got Spider about he's got Spider about 1/3 his health down. Ooh. I go right, but there was one more green bar down there at the bottom. Alright, just 2 more. And babies at the end. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, like just barely on the final frame. Out there. So, nice fight from Khanster. It's on Penguin. Penguin slides. I'm not sure how many slides that was. I wasn't counting. At the start of it, it looked like 3. There's 4. That might be 1 or 2 more that I didn't see. So that's not the greatest pattern from Penguin. This stage is basically all about luck, because we've got Penguin, Eagle, and at the very end we've got Rang to Bangda turns. Ooh, Penguin being pretty nice to Khanster so far. 2 slides. 1 more. 3 slides is not bad at all. It's pretty good. And Venez with no dives. Good trade-off. Get pretty bad luck from Penguin, but then Eagle. So let's see if it's the opposite here then. So you got good luck from Penguin on Khanster's side. Let's see how Eagle does. And double green eye again for Venez. There's a lot of green eyes in these 2 races so far. But see, green eyes are the ones you don't want to see, because you really can only get 1 hit on them. Whereas blue and red, you have a lot more opportunities to get hits on the eyeballs there. I think you can get 2 hits on green eye if you're quick about it. Alright, Venez coming into the skip. Guaranteed setup again. Using his left toe there to get above. Oh no, and he scrolls the screen up. So he's going to take an intentional death here. Skip the armadillo fight. The key here is to not scroll. Because armadillo spawn triggers on the ceiling. And you kind of just want the ice sled to shove you into the door. That's a good one. There we go. Bar on the bottom of the line is kind of just like the void of where there's nothing inside the game, basically. There's a good skip from Khanster. Nice. They both nail it. So they're pretty close together now. Khanster, that Sig 2, had a good penguin and a good eagle. Alright. On to the Mandrill refight. Easy peasy. It's real important not to take any damage on the Mandrill refight. This whole entire refight stage, because does quite a bit of damage. So all of these bosses are, and you shouldn't be taking much damage. The only exception here being Octo. Bit of a jerk. Let's see how Venez does here. Taking a lot of missile hits. Couple of swirlies as well. Alright, he's about half health. And there is a safety health little hallway, as we'll go for. Let's see if Khanster also goes for it. Yep. He's topped off here too, so he's looking pretty good for the D-Rex fight. It's like, what is that, like 2, no, well now it's 4, because he took that hit, but 4 pellets down, still pretty good. So here we are on the D-Rex fight. And D-Rex likes to take his top half up onto the ceiling. It's pretty convenient that Boomerang's his weakness. So we can just shoot Boomerangs up as they go up and hit him. That's having a pretty good fight so far. Aimed into the wall there, but nice and clean there. D-Rex just and Khanster. One more hit, and there we go. Alright, it's on to the final fight. For all the marbles here. Well, not technically, because there could be a race 3. So at this point, Venez does have the advantage. Tank, he's in the lead. I can't remember how much Khanster has in his sub-tank. I know he used it on the spider fight. But Khanster grabbed 1 extra heart as well. Alright, Venez takes down the dog. Khanster also taking down the dog as Venez starts the Jedi fight. Venez having a pretty good Jedi fight too. This is what you like to see, where left wall as the spark comes down the wall and Jedi's moving back and forth. Khanster also having a pretty decent fight here. Alright, well, let's see if Venez pulls through here. Khanster's right behind him, basically. So he's getting on the edge there, too. Oh, he gets trapped. Bad. He's got the sub, though. Coming over at the same time as the left shooting lightning. That's like the one pattern that to react to. Looks like Venez is gonna take it. It's 48. Very nice. Khanster gonna be right behind him. He can't take any more hits. Oh, the takes on the platform. Alright, Khanster, you got this. So, on the group stage here, let's see here. That will be the first win for Venez. It looks like he lost to Kaz and Valves as well. So GG to him on his first win. Well done. Double impressive for skipping the armor on this second race. And this is Khanster's first race, so he still has to race Kaz and... Oh, nice. Khanster not taking any damage on the dog. So he's going to look pretty good for the final fight here. Alright, here we go for Khanster. Gets lightning right off the bat. But then comes down. Ooh, that was all he could take. I was looking at his health like, uh-oh, I don't know if he can take that. But he had 14 pellets, so... those lightnings do 12 damage. A couple hits into the fight. Now he's getting a decent pattern from the claw. There. He doesn't actually have to worry about the lightning. The platform. Just a couple more hits. All right. I think is what that was. Maybe a late 40-05. GG to Khanster. Well played. All right, so congratulations to Venez taking that win. Something after this on Speed Gaming 3. We have to hurry it up, or if I can go ahead and ask Venez or Khanster if they want to come in, say a few words. Have a little interview. Oh, there he is. I just added you, and I was like, oh, okay.
Hey, Darrenville.
So what's up, man? Oh, what's up, Khanster? How did you feel about those races, Venez?
I felt good. I was still get nervous around them, and then on the second race, I decided to go armorless for the first time since I first ran this category.
Yeah. So what's a 35?
It's a 36.45, I believe.
Oh, 36.45. Okay. Yeah, you were like right next to it on that last race.
Yeah, I was pretty close. If only I didn't die against Spider and the intentional death on the missing on the devil skip.
Yeah. Well done. That was Khanster. Oh, Khanster, what happened, buddy?
First or second race?
First, but maybe we don't want to talk about it.
I was trying to play it safe, but it just ended up kicking me in my ass because I'm like, in order to avoid the claw, I'm like, why not just dash off it? And it just ended up kicking me in my ass.
Yeah. It looked rough. But you stuck with it though, so.
And like I said, another thing is, I just didn't have much time to prep for this tourney.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were in school.
Yeah, so it just started at an inopportune time for me. But I'm like, okay, whatever.
Oh yeah, so you're on break now. So with this first race, you've got 2 more. Are you planning on doing a lot more practicing before those ones?
I have another race tomorrow, and then I'm trying to set up my other race with Valves whenever he has some time.
Oh, okay.
So, I've been doing, IL practice, just practicing individual sections, but I gotta do runs.
Yeah. Classic MM for Khanster.
Yeah, I think I was really... I was right on Ven's tail in the first game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you were really close because I went for the armor and I know you died against Penguin, and next thing I know, you're right next to me, and I'm like, what happened? But then I realized you didn't grab the armor, so that's about 15-20 seconds right there.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit more than 20 seconds. I think it's 30-40 maybe.
Oh, for the armor?
Yeah, for the armor.
Oh yeah, it's more like 30-40. I thought you were saying the penguin death.
Yeah, that penguin death, it's he just had to block.
It can be kind of tricky like that. And then if you go to shoot the full charge down on the ground and he does a backwards,
that's the worst one.
Right into you.
Yeah, and then in the second match, I don't know what happened that I got the turret spawned in the wrong section.
That's happened to me before in practice as well. I always go for the top route, and sometimes the flame thing will be in the wrong platform. My guess is I hesitated for a brief second, which could have just thrown off the timing.
Oh, for Eagle Stage, yeah. If you hesitate a little bit on the first little section, that little flamethrower can spawn and get in your way. It's pretty dumb, but
yeah, as soon as I jumped, I'm this isn't gonna end well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, have you?
Thank
So
you.
how, for the second game, how far apart were we?
Coming into the final fight, you guys were like neck and neck. And it's also in the 8 Mavs where you guys were about 2 seconds apart. It was funny because you I think you accidentally pressed start at the beginning of the Eagle stage or something. You guys
Yeah,
up 2 seconds. I was like, that's kind of funny.
like this game coming from like X2 or 3, you can't press start to enter the stage,
Yeah.
so it throws me off. Yeah, like I have a match with Kaz tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to get some practice in tomorrow so I can at least have a better match.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
luck.
Yeah, feeling comfortable with that final fight is definitely the deal breaker. A lot of runners, because that, obviously, final SIG form can punch.
Yeah, I was just getting bad claws in the first match.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it looks like that's it for MMX. I don't any more questions I can think of, but definitely well done to both of you. And we'll see more of you tomorrow, Khanster, for sure.
Hopefully tomorrow's a better match.
Yeah.
Good luck on your next 2 races, Cans. This is the last one for me, I guess. I'll be in the X4 tournament in February, though.
Yeah, I got 2 more of this and 1 more of Classic, and then I'm done.
The classic one for you is on Friday?
Yeah, I have to race Dexter.
Good luck on that one as well.
Yeah, the only way I'm gonna win is if he soft locks somehow.
Is that the MM1 tournament?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Progress on the main on Speed Gaming 1. So if you've got nothing else to do, any of you guys watching, I would definitely head over there. I guess a link to the past on Speed Gaming 2 starting soon. But do you guys have any final words before we take off?
Practice?
Yeah, just practice. If anybody wants to join this game up, just practice it. Fun.
Yep.
And we do have a big community. We do have a Discord and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a wiki for all new runners.
Yeah, it's definitely important to mention. Say, Venez?
It's a really good community.
Oh, yeah. I definitely agree with that. It's a big, pretty supportive community. A lot of cool people. But anyway, so thanks to Speed Gaming, thanks to Mythical and Feasel for putting this on and everything. Watch and remember to follow Venez and Khanster, and maybe myself as well if you like the commentary. So with that, I will see you guys around. So later.